the crystal is tuned to a very specific frequency that is a harmonic to the Planck field. This is how we defined the geometry of the crystal. That is, imagine if you took the crystal and you shrunk it, right? And you calculated all the harmonics, you know, all the way down, you would end up at the Planck harmonics, right? So so we tuned it to already like a non-local network, which is the Planck, you know, wormhole network, the Planck field. And so this is part of why it's you know, this is part of why it was so long for me to put this on the market, is because the precision of the cut and, you know,
the tetrahedral geometry.
Yeah, it had to be maintained across, you know, all the products, like thousands and thousands of crystal with like a very stringent spec. And the spec was above what could be produced until recently. For mass production, you know, we could make one or two, but we couldn't make thousands of them. So now we're able to, and the result is that, you know, hopefully if the tuning is staying within like a ballpark, you know, of course, you know, your crystal is expanding and contracting and doing all kinds of things as a result of temperature and all this. But if it's able to stay at a certain level of the network, it can stay in network harmonics relationship, and that produces a very coherent field. Like the reason for the need for this coherent field is just like the cells in your body need to stay in communication. Actually, just a few days ago, papers, you know, how do you say, press release were shown that like they're finding that the brain is in non-local communication with itself. So basically, you know, think of it as like a coherent blanket. As more and more crystals are, you know, diffused out there, or more and more crystals are, that we are creating a network, you know, across the globe to increase the amount of information transfer